I'm walking here. Can you hear me? I left a turkey in the cement on the ground. I'll show you a picture of it. Probably really windy. So I don't know why, but being inside of this pod, it kind of reminds me of the podcast booth in Content Warning.
Check that shit out.
It's like, am I in a podcast booth in Content Warning right now?
Whoa. There's... You
You
alright?
dodge him, I think. Oh shit.
I'm not. I'm at the Kansas City Public Library. But maybe, I might be. I have the vein of gold. Okay. I think that this week's video is not scripted. I have been slacking. I don't know. I think that I had a different idea of what I'm gonna be doing, I guess. I don't know. I guess I thought it would be easier, which is funny because I was gung-ho on, like, this being the fix. This is it. Once I do this, that's it. I guess I was thinking that once I finished this, I was gonna have solved all my problems and found this drive to move forward. And I haven't finished it, you know? So that's still a possibility. But my narrative timeline, okay, I'm gonna back up just a little bit and talk about my first journey into the kingdom of story. Now, during my last video, I was kind of just introducing the very first principles of this book, which is morning pages, daily walks, and an artist date once a week. I've been doing my morning pages every single day. And it's been helping me. It's been helping me to give me like a sort of structure to my morning where I know that no matter what, I have to do these morning pages. So even if I get distracted and I start doing other things, I come back to those morning pages, and somewhere in those 3 pages, some vein of gold. I've figured out the vein of gold. I have to produce my pages. I have to produce my content. And then somewhere inside of all of that is these little veins of this glistening gold that comes right from my heart. It's this creative thing that I push out into the world. And so just by sitting down and writing, I'm creating. Even on my walk here today, there was concrete that was wet, and I put my little AJ in there. I drew a little turkey. It was perfect. And so it's like, just by getting up and doing these things, I'm creating. But what I found is that the kingdom of story kind of scares me. It kind of freaks me out, man. Let's see. The task is the way we describe our lives and understand them is ultimately and inextricably connected to the way we live them. We've got to do a narrative timeline. I think that the idea of writing this narrative timeline for yourself is that you get to see what parts of your story were told to you and that you have internalized as being truthful or being your story, when really it's something that was given to you by someone else. They messed up my groove, man. Somebody had that booth freaking reserved. Whatever. Life, you know, hilarious. That's what happens when I don't script the video, I guess. So that means I don't really know what I was talking about, and I don't care to go and watch that video to figure out what I was talking about. I think it was something along the lines of, doing a narrative timeline is overstimulating. It's like you're flipping through a flip book of your entire life, and you have to take those images that you see like this and be like, okay, that was a memory, that was a memory, that was a memory, and pull it out and write it down somewhere. And then now, right, you've got all of these memories written down so you can look at them. And then you have to put them in order, right? Because sometimes it's like, okay, I remember that. I think I was like maybe 8. Oh, wait, because this happened to me when I was 6. And then it comes after when you're writing, but it came before in the timeline. So just to get your notes down, you have to write it like once to get it on there, another time to get it in order, and then you use that to do your actual timeline. It's like, I guess it's like brainstorm, rough draft, final copy. Are we in middle school English now? Like, I haven't written in God knows how long. So just writing, just the idea of writing a narrative is crazy to me, but I need to. Because I love the idea of there's certain things that my entire, like literally my entire life since they happened to me, that I've been telling myself something about it, when maybe someone gave me this impression and I was like, yeah, sure, and took that impression, when really how I was feeling about it might have been a different thing altogether. And so it's nice to be able to look at a memory and say, is this memory my own memory, or is this memory altered in some way? And how, if that's true, how can I get to the root memory, which is my own memory, and reclaim that? So it's like taking the entire territory that is you and your life, that whole story, and reclaiming the bits of it that didn't originally come from you, so that you can get a better idea of the entire story from your own perspective, with no alterations and no, I don't want to think about this, so I'm not going to think about it, like including all of that. And I'm realizing it's probably something I'm never going to publish, you know, but it'll be for me. I don't need to publish it. So yeah, I am going to continue working on my narrative timeline until it's done. It's probably been a week that I've been working on it, and I'm maybe 8 years old in my note taking. The book recommends 5,000 to 15,000 words for this narrative. So, like, if I'm only in my note taking after 1 week, I really have no clue how long this is going to take me. But that being said, I've been slacking this week. I don't think I've gone on a walk by myself, besides today going to the library, all week. Maybe once, maybe twice. But the dedication that I have to my morning pages just does not seem to be present with my daily walk. And so that's something I know that I need to work on for sure. But my dedication to working on this timeline, you know, it's like I have to, same thing as my morning pages. I have to block out specific time to work on this timeline. And I think I'm just not good at that. But hopefully my update next week will be a little bit more lucrative. Maybe I'll give you an I'm finished with my narrative timeline. That would be cool. Just making this video, I'm gonna have to edit this video. That's gonna be the worst part about it, I think. But I think it's gonna give me an understanding of how I feel just blabbering about this narrative timeline. And then I can start to analyze that, and it'll probably give me at least a little bit more motivation to start to head back into that journal and get this timeline done. Because even up to 8 years old, like, there's a lot to unpack. But it's all baggage that I have to unpack eventually, right? And maybe it makes its way into my artwork. Maybe it inspires some crazy cool collection or something in the future, you know? Maybe this work is the foundational work for some really important thing that I do in my life. So with that perspective, I'm gonna put my head down. I'm gonna edit this video right here that you're watching. So remember, hit that like button, please. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did that. Type a little comment for me. You know, Alec, I think you could finish writing 15,000 word narrative in the next week. I really think you could do that. Enter. And maybe, it might give me some motivation. Everyone who I talked to about potentially joining my creative cluster, I love you. I love you. I don't know. This is fun. Like, that idea is fun. And I'm excited for us to start rolling, you know? I'm 2 weeks in now, so like I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. I hope that I'm not making you less motivated by this video, because it really is going to be a lot of work. But I think just giving myself, like, doing this like it's coursework, you know? I think it's going to really help me. And I hope that it really helps you. And if anything, I hope that it entertains you a little bit. Maybe you get like a little morality seed that I get to plant, like Inception. There you are, a little seed of morality. Next week, I water the seed of morality that I planted. Anyway, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. See you next week. Go on a walk.
What the fuck? Why did he run away? I've never seen him. Oh,